Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent demonstrator here in Australia. And I see I've got Paula and Sarah joining me right now. Thanks for letting me know you're here, ladies. If you are watching, please do say hello. I see who's watching both. I like to know who's watching both live and if you're watching on replay. I do see those comments and would be happy to answer any questions as we go or as you're watching. So I keep trying to fix my camera so that it's a little straighter for you, and I don't seem to be having a lot of luck with that. Let's see if I can just nudge it a little bit. Hello, Mom. Thanks for joining me today. No, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Okay, let's try that. Just checking here. Yes, there we go. Okay, let's get started. Last week, I made these two cards for you, and I told you when I was doing them that I had an idea for making a fun fold card that uses kind of the same concept or the same kind of look. So I have figured that out, and I will show you that today. I also wanted to remind you that this card, again, similar kind of idea, but it's a fun fold. I call it a top flap card. And this one is the tutorial in my September 2025 newsletter. If you are not yet subscribed to my newsletter, you can go to my nancysniftynotes.com website and sign up for my newsletter. And the September newsletter will be sent to you automatically with a link to that tutorial. So, that said, let me bring in my pieces. I went ahead and cut everything, or most things anyway. You'll recognize we've got the same colors going again. Put that there for a moment. But we're going to do it as a fun fold, and that is the start of the fold. We're going to do that, which looks a lot like this in the front, but this is going to be on the inside. And then we're going to do a layer so that it opens up, and this will be over here. So there's going to be a lot of gluing today, but I've done all the cutting because I need to figure it out, and you don't need to sit through all of that. So let's get started. I think the thing we need to still figure out and cut is which flower cluster we're going to put on there. And after I did my live last week, I was sitting and chatting with a friend and had that sheet of paper out with all of the different clusters, and you get 2 sheets of paper in every pack. So I went through and decided one of them is going to be used in making cards, cutting out all of these. So I cut up all of these clusters, and I've kept 1 sheet to use with the stripes. So I cut them all up. I even cut out the ones that are partial because sometimes, sometimes that works because you've hidden something and you can kind of go like that. I don't know if you can see that. And make it look like it's just a really long one, which is kind of a cool trick. Anyway, so there's that one. There's the one with the pink and green. Not sure it really matters. but I have a feeling I have more of the pink and green than anything. I'm saying pink flowers and the green bow. And I know I had talked about using the pool party to bring in the pool party, so maybe we'll just do that again. Okay. So, and then what I do is I put them all in a little plastic bag, and then they're not going everywhere. So let's bring in, I sound disorganized, don't I? I'm going to bring in the mini cut and emboss, or the baby boss. And Gladys is here too. Hello, Gladys. Glad you found me. And piece of my Post-it tape to hold it in place. Beautiful. So, Stampin' Up has just announced they're going to be doing an online class featuring this Traditions of Christmas suite. And I'm pretty excited about it because their online events that I've done have been really quite good recently. They've, you know, as with anything, there's a learning curve for them and us, and but they've been good, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think what I'm going to do is anyone who purchases the class online through me, it's available, it gets released and done live, I think on October 24 here in Australia, which is a Friday, and it goes, the live session starts at like 7 in the morning on Friday. But it'll be available video on demand right after that. So I'm thinking on the Saturday, I will host anybody who buys the class. I will provide, I'm thinking I'll provide all the additional materials if you don't have them, like the coordinating cardstock and ink pads. But if you buy at least the class and the designer series paper, you can then come to craft at my house with my supplies. So I think that will be fun and a great way to knock out another good set of Christmas cards. So I'm just layering this up. The nice thing about this card is that it's quick and it's simple, but it looks classy. This one is a little more, oh shoot, I did the thing you're not supposed to do. The one thing, Nancy, just chatting on. Okay, let's get this on here and then we'll work on taking that off. Let's see how we go here. I don't need the whole thing off. I just need this edge up. How many of you watched me do that and thought, that's probably going to be an issue? Yell louder, people. This spatula tool on the Take Your Pick can be super, super useful. I'm just getting in there and breaking that up a little bit so I can slip under there. Okay. Because this piece needs to go under there. Mm-hmm. That's right. And let's see if we can get it somewhat centered top to bottom. And then another bead of glue along there. Like I tell people at my classes, or here on the lives, I know how to fix mistakes. Because if there's one to be made, I've probably made it. Multiple times even. And somewhere, there we go, is the lid for that. There you go. Never tell there was an issue, right? Nah. Uh-oh, you lost connection? I'm sorry. So did you miss my boo-boo? And me fixing my boo-boo? Okay. Does it matter which way this goes? Probably not. So if you missed it, I stuck this back panel down before I'd stuck the flap on. But I lifted it up using the spatula end of the Take Your Pick tool and slid in the flap and glued everything back down. And now we're all tickety-boo, as they say in England. Okay, so there's my card base. Remember, what we're doing is a stepped up version of this card. And what we're going to do is glue this piece. Again, it's the same. We're doing this. I need to swap out the plates on my cut and emboss because they're starting to leave some marks that rub off, but it's just time. Okay, so now this piece goes on. And again, straight and centered is the goal. Always the goal. Sometimes achieved. There we go. I'll put some dimensionals on there. Come here. Oh, I don't mind showing my boo-boos to fellow crafters because we all make them. And you just need to know that you can recover from them. You know, you don't have to throw the whole thing in the trash. Okay, and now I'm gonna glue this in here. And the trick is going to be to get it so it doesn't show. And to be kind of straight, hopefully. Ah! That was not at all straight. Got some glue along here. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. So now I need to come in with my sentiment. Again, when I trim down my basic white to make layers, I get lots of these strips. Lots. And lots. And lots. I've got some very vanilla ones in there too. I have all different sizes. I have a lifetime supply and I keep cutting more almost every day. So here's the old olive. And get that on there. And look how dark that looks compared to this one. But I swear it's the same color. It will lighten up as it dries. I'm going to cut just a smidge more here. And if you don't have the minis, or you don't feel like pulling them out, just snip a full-size one in half. They are exactly the same price. You get 300 dimensionals in a pack, whether you get the big ones or the little ones. So there's that, and then we just have our little embellishments. I did the gold ones. I'll do that again. Really. Okay. So, there are both versions. I hope you like that. And like I said, this one I think is beautiful. It's easier to mass produce than this one where you have to do more cuts. This one also uses more DSP, but sometimes you want a stepped up card for things and they're fun to make. I have an idea that I'm going to make off camera, and so it'll be on my blog to use to make a non-holiday card with this concept. So take a look for that. Probably this is going to be on my next blog post, which here in Australia is my Thursday blog post. And probably Friday I will show you the non-holiday version of this card. So that's on my list to make this afternoon. And yeah, it's a quick one this week. There are several exciting things coming up with Stampin' Up! Besides that Traditions of Christmas online class that I was talking about when I made my boo-boo. There is a fantastic joining special coming up in October. So if you're wanting to sign up for the class and buy the at least the paper or the suite. You can get that in your starter kit. I don't know the details. We will find out next week, I believe, what the details are of that joining special. But if you're interested in learning more about what it is to join my team, the benefits thereof, including right off the bat, lots of free products in your starter kit with free postage, which isn't anything insignificant, plus 20% off all of your orders as long as you're an active demo. Get in touch with me, Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com, or through this Facebook page. You can messenger me. And what else is coming up in the near future? There was that. There's the virtual class. Oh, there's a stamp sale starting on the 18th. 1 day, 24 hours. All individual stamp sets that are, so not bundles and not anything that's already discounted on the last chance list, but all the other stamp sets, and of which there are hundreds, and stamp tools. So blocks, chamois, Stampin' Scrubs, if you like the Stampin' Mist cleaner. What else is in there for Stampin' tools that I saw? The Stampin' Pierce mat that I use under the stamps to stamp with. Yeah, all kinds of great things. 15% off, 24 hours only. So that's a good deal. If you're wanting a bundle, I've done the math on previous times I've offered this. It's still cheaper to buy the bundle. But if there are single stamp sets, of which there, that don't have coordinating punches or dies, tomorrow is the time to get them, the 18th. And I've got several in my shopping cart already. And the discount will be applied automatically. Yeah, there's some really nice ones in there now. So I will be sending out an email with all of these. Those are the 3 big announcements this week. The joining special that starts in October, the online, oh no, there's one more. The online stamping class with Traditions of Christmas, and stamp sale day, joining special, stamp sale, online class, and there's a new product called an crafting advent calendar that will be available again starting next week. But it's a 12 days of Christmas, and you open up each day and there is a new crafting tool item of some kind. It comes with a stamp set, and then there's like coordinating dies or paper or something that you can do. And it's designed for year-round crafting. It's a Christmas season gift, although it doesn't have to be. But it's perfect if you are in Australia and you would like your family or partner or somebody who buys gifts for you to get one of these for you. I am happy to send them information on how they can get this to gift to you. But I need their contact info. So again, Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com. And I will be happy to pass on that information. They could have their holiday shopping done for you like by October 1st. So, yeah, that's what I know for now. And I will talk to you all again in 1 week with another project. And thanks for joining me today. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.